it's Rick and Patty from the KORD Morning Show. Thanks for listening. We really appreciate it.
And, of course, you can always catch us anywhere and everywhere with our KORD mobile app. It's free for you in the App Store as well in Google Play.
6:10. Happy Friday. You got Rick, you got Patty. Always good to be with you. 61 degrees. A little breezy this morning. And going to be a tad bit cooler today as you tackle the Friday, huh, Patty?
I heard there might be some blowing dust.
Yes, some blowing dust. Be aware of that. I know that you yesterday were out and about, Ben Franklin Transit.
Oh, my gosh, fantastic.
Yeah, how cool is
if
that?
you guys aren't taking the bus, you're missing out. But there were a lot of people riding the bus. A lot of people do know about it.
Ton of people out there for Josh Turner last night. Saw all your photos on the Facebook feed. Tonight, the best week of summer continues. You got Goo Goo Dolls taking the main stage.
Oh, my God.
7:45.
You got Johnny Resnick and Robbie.
Yep, back in the day, funny story about Patty back in the day is there's two of them. There's like you said, there's Robbie and there's Johnny
I was at
Resnick.
a baseball game with them.
Yeah, and Resnick, of course, is the big lead man, right, or whatever.
Yeah, oh, yes.
So when you went backstage, guess who you got to meet?
It wasn't even backstage. We were at the rooftop. It was in Chicago.
Okay.
So at this Budweiser house, and I was hanging out with Robbie.
That's right, not Johnny. No, because Johnny's he's too big for you.
He's the cool one.
He's the cool one.
I was hanging out with Johnny.
Yeah,
Robbie.
Right, and not that Robbie's not great, because Robbie is, but the hilarity is Johnny Resnick who sings the songs. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's kind of like it was so funny. I had a friend go backstage to Bruce Springsteen. And so there she is with Steven Van Zandt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Where's Bruce? Where's the boss?
Right.
Well,
Exactly. It's kind of like going backstage to Billy Joel and you meet the band.
Here's another one.
Billy Joel.
You take everybody to go meet Matchbox 20.
Right.
Who's not there?
Rob Thomas. Yeah, the lead singer. It's kind of.
Oh, it's his anniversary.
Right,
Sorry,
right.
Rob's not going to join you guys.
Right.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's kind of like going to Fleetwood Mac, not meeting Stevie Nicks. I can go on. I can stay. Yeah, exactly. You're like, where's the big? Meet the big star. So today is National Cuban Sandwich Day, National Sponge Cake Day, Swedish Meatball Day, and Hug Your Sweetheart Day. As you jump into the day, we're going to work on some Facebook fun, other people's problems. And do you have another set of those Jelly Roll tickets?
We do.
All right, so 7:20.
We do.
Jelly Roll is on the way. You want to win those tickets? Get ready. Let's get your day started. You got Rick and Patty. 102.7 KORD.
The Cord Morning Show with Rick and Patty. Back with more next on number one for New Country, 102.7 KORD.
Morning as you get up and get going. 65 degrees for you. All right, to start your day, Facebook fun. Here you go. You're going to have fun with this.
I'm getting there.
Here's a little, according to a brand new survey by Jiffy Lube, 29% of us ignore the check engine light.
I do not. When mine's on, I panic.
You panic,
I'm
right?
I go the other way.
Yeah, you've had a couple breakdowns when that engine light's come, and then you've got it taken care of really quick, too.
Well, my car just quits.
Yeah.
Doesn't go.
You've got, it happened at Walgreens one time that they had to come get to towed out at Walgreens back in the... Yeah. So here's the question of the morning, Facebook fun. Is your engine light on or off? So my engine light came on the truck a couple weeks back, and my stepson has a little thing that tells you what the thing is. And it said that there was not a gas leak, but it could be just the gas cap wasn't on tight enough.
Oh.
And so I readjusted the gas cap, and in a couple of days it went away, basically, because of that suction in the gas cap.
Okay.
Now, what is on in my truck, the hilarity of it is the ABS brake light has been on and I bought this truck. I'm not going to say where because I don't want to start the big, open up a can of worms. But the hilarity is within a week or two of owning it, it was used. It's a used truck. Up pops the brake and ABS light.
Oh, no.
I'm like,
really?
And it's been on.
So it's been on since then?
So it's a monster truck. So the hilarity about this monster truck is if you hit a bump, dash lights just come on. You know what I'm saying? Even though there's nothing wrong with the truck.
Yeah.
Because of how it sits. So if you're driving down the freeway and you're in cruise and you hit a bump, guess what it'll do? It'll knock it out of cruise. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it will. It'll just knock it out because it's a big monster truck. So the hilarity is you're going over a bump, and if that bump is too boom, and then you're out of cruise. So anyway, is your engine light on or not?
I panic when mine goes on.
I know. You call immediately. Yeah. And they tell you if it's not. So here's the trick. If it's just on, you're probably okay, right? But if it's blinking nonstop, they tell you that is the danger. That's the one where you're going to do serious damage to your vehicle. So know the difference between that engine light is when it's solid, you're probably okay. You could probably get to the mechanic. You'll be good, right? But if it's blinking, guess what? You're in for a shutdown. So there you go. Shoot. So we'll have some fun with you today. Is your engine light on or off? That's the question. I'm curious to see how many people will say, it's on. It's on. I'm curious how many people are going to get. That's the Facebook fun. You got Rick and Patty.
We love to hear from you, and it's easier than ever to reach out. Just open up the Cord mobile app and send us an app chat message, or you can contact us the old-fashioned way at 509-547-KORD. Number one for New Country, 1027 KORD.
The number one for New Country, 1027 KORD. Rick and Patty with you. A little windy, a little breezy right now for you. Time for some Nashville news.
Miranda Lambert's going to be receiving the Icon Award. It's going to happen at the second annual People's Choice Country Awards. She'll be recognized for her outstanding 2-decade-long career in country music. During that time, Miranda has received 7 number one solo albums, 10 chart-topping singles, and over 80 accolades. Toby Keith was honored with the very first Icon Award in 2023. The event will be September 26th at the Grand Ole Opry House in Nashville. Kenny Chesney says he feels honored that people are planning their vacations around his shows.
I can't tell you how many times I've been told backstage at a meet and greet or whatever it is when you meet somebody out on the road that they've truly planned their vacation around your show. But sometimes the people have told me that they have planned their whole year around our show, and they bring the whole family, and I'm very proud of that. You know, the fact that they choose this music and me as a person to do that with is something that you don't think of when you're dreaming this dream or going down the highway.
I know a lot of people who, I wouldn't say plan their vacations around his shows, but they plan ahead to go see him at one of his shows.
It's a party.
I heard.
It's a party. I have a friend who's a huge Kenny Chesney fan, and it literally is a tailgate party from 8 a.m. to midnight, basically. And she travels and follows him.
To see him.
Yeah.
I get it.
So
I
good.
get it.
So
Must be a great experience. How about the Tennesseans saying that the Nashville Predators must be, a great time because they are planning bobblehead nights for country's biggest stars. You've got Tim McGraw, Keith Urban, Vince Gill, and Jelly Roll bobbleheads, all to be given away during the season. And finally, Keith Urban told Entertainment Tonight that Carrie Underwood is going to knock it out of the park. She will be the perfect judge for American Idol. He says she knows exactly what everybody on the other side of the desk is going through, and she's going to bring something really extraordinary to that chair. And we are looking forward to that. Those are your trending headlines.
You're waking up with the Cord Morning Show. Number one for New Country. 1027 KORD.
Roll, there you go. And we'll have a chance at Jelly Roll tickets coming up this morning at 7:20. 6:50. You got Rick, you got Patty. Always good to be with you. A little breezy this morning. 65's and cooler than it has been the last couple of days.
Yeah.
Going to be a nice day at the Benton Franklin Fair. The best week of summer. Patty was out there riding the bus yesterday and had a great time with Benton Franklin Transit. What an easy way to avoid parking.
Totally. You don't have to worry about finding your car. You don't have to worry about the cost.
Absolutely. So again, take the bus. Tonight's Goo Goo Dolls, and if you want to avoid the parking, which can be such a hassle,
hop on the bus.
Man, when there's a concert, you're backed all the way, clear down, all the way down from the fair. So on 10th Avenue right there. So just take the bus, save yourself a bunch of money.
Why not?
Anywhere, everywhere on the KORD mobile app. Yesterday, Patty and I both did a couple articles. One article I had to do was, when you do your taxes, it says presidential election campaign. Check here if you and your spouse is filing jointly, want to give $3 to go to the fund.
Yeah.
And checking the box below will not change your tax refund. Do you realize back in 1977, 26% of Americans checked the box and gave money to the presidential campaign fund?
Okay.
Today, it's like 2%. Because the number one reason, might surprise you, is they, number one, don't know what the fund does. And then it's like they think it changes their tax return. You know what I'm saying? They think it changes it doesn't. So anyway, you can get funds. If you want to run for president, Patty wanted to run for president. and she's a third party. All the parties can take from this fund, but you can get a little bit of money from it.
Oh.
So that's really what it's all about. And if you're ever curious, it's funny. Years ago, I used to check the box. Nowadays, I don't check it. I don't know if it's my protest or what. I just don't check it. But I remember
I do not.
But the first time I ever filed taxes when I was 18 years old, I believe for a lot of years I checked the box.
You did.
I did check the box. Nowadays I owe every single time.
I know.
So then I just don't check it.
I hear you. You're I don't got $3.
And
you should
again,
be giving. Yeah.
It doesn't. The good news, it doesn't come out of your refund. It's part of. So when you pay your bill, they take that money out of that. They don't take it out of what they don't add.
It's not an additional
It's
charge.
not. It is, but they'll take that $3 out of your
refund.
Yeah, refund, or not your refund, but what you owe. I mean, if you owe. So anyway, yeah, I know it's interesting, but again, you should check it out. There's a reason why they do that. And then you did this great article yesterday too. How do you recognize someone is new to Washington? Lots of great things you posted on this thing.
It's a comical feed. It's actually on a social media site called Reddit.
Yeah,
and it gets down to basically mispronunciations of different town names. So there's a link to one of your articles of the 10 most mispronounced towns.
Oh, yeah.
But like the number one thing that you can tell somebody isn't from Washington, they're carrying an umbrella.
Especially on the west side of things. Yeah.
You know what? After actually reading the article on Reddit or all the responses, I realized I haven't done anything. And I've been here for 10 years.
We talked about that you had.
I am still new to Washington.
Yeah, you've never been at the top of the Space Needle, the gum wall. I
haven't done anything. So guess where I'm going on vacation this year?
Seattle.
I'm going to Seattle.
Well, check out the article. It's a fun one. How can you recognize someone is new to Washington? That's posted for you now. Both those articles and more right there on your KORD mobile app.
Starting your day the right way with the Cord Morning Show. Number 1 for New Country. 1027 KORD.
Broken Heart, number 1 for New Country. 1027 KORD. Windy, breezy for you right now, 65 degrees. You got Rick, you got Patty. I know people are excited because Jelly Roll tickets are up for grabs. Coming up here this morning at 7:20.
We got them.
Got them coming up
We
here.
got them.
Not this Saturday, but next Saturday at T-Mobile Park in Seattle. We want to send you off there to see Jelly Roll. Going to be such a great show. And then can we start getting into some Luke Combs in October? Going to be in the Gorge. My bucket list item is Luke Combs. That's
mine too.
We're going.
I'm going.
We're going.
I don't have a campsite yet.
but we're going. Going Luke Combs there. All right, other people's problems. Boy, got quite the situation going on with Stephanie and Pasco. What is going on with Stephanie?
Wow, this one, okay.
All right.
Rick and Patty, my husband joined a new gym about a month ago, and he's casually mentioned that he has a workout partner at the gym named Andy. Well, on Wednesday night, my husband went to the gym but forgot his wallet at home, so I drove it over to the gym because I was going out with my girlfriends. Well, I was shocked when I showed up and discovered that Andy is a she, not a he.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it turns out he's been working out with this woman named Andy for the last 3 weeks. Needless to say, this has caused a huge fight. When I got home, he says some people have work wives. Well, he has a gym wife. He claims they're strictly platonic, has nothing, there's nothing going on. I am sick to my stomach and think he's emotionally cheating on me. He says I'm making myself feel this way and that if I was more secure with myself, I wouldn't feel insecure about him working out with another woman. I told him it's cheating, and he disagrees. Where do you stand on the issue? Is it wrong what he's doing? Stephanie and Pasco.
Well, my wife, who spends a lot of time at the gym, you know that, Patty. There are moments. Now, she is great friends with a lot of the gym folks that she goes with. There's Eric.
I've met him.
Yeah, they're wonderful people, and she's in a group chat with them.
Yeah,
and they send memes back and forth, and and dirty jokes or whatever's going on in that group. I'm not in the group. They're in the group together. You know what I'm saying? It's Kelsey, it's Eric, it's Megan, it's a couple of them. I cannot tell a lie and say that there hasn't been a moment that I thought, oh man, is she spending too much time at the gym with all the dudes? I mean, I've thought about it, But I would never go to my wife and just immediately make an accusation like that. You know,
spending too much time.
I mean, she has come home. The funny thing, she did come home one time, and she says, "Oh my gosh, there's this new guy at the gym. He is so good looking." I'm like, "Oh really?" And I was like, "Really?" Da 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 da. She goes, "Oh yeah, he you know." And she was talking about how attractive he was. Da da da. And then at the end of the conversation, she's like, "But he plays for the other team." And I went, "What?"
I know, but
she goes, he was my ideal man until I learned that he's got a husband.
I get it. I get it.
So I understand work husbands and wives. Have you ever had that situation? Because I know you and we spend a lot of time together.
I think if I kept going to the gym and had a workout partner and it was a dude, I think if Jeff knew about it, he'd probably start coming to the gym with me.
Yeah, I think it's interesting that he left out that she was a she. Because
I think that's interesting too.
Yeah, that's the little missing component. Even though it may be harmless, it might be harmless, but
I'd like to think that it is, but because he didn't tell you about it,
that's
a red flag for me.
That's a flag. Yeah, I'm kind of like, you didn't.
But so here's my thing: why don't you go to the gym with him?
Absolutely.
Why don't you spot him? Why don't?
That's exactly why I don't go. That's exactly why I don't go to the gym with Megan. Is like, oh nope, I don't want to do that. And I've gone to her CrossFit.
Oh yeah,
I've gone, and her friends are all there, and I'm like, this is not me. Like this is not me. So I got to trust my wife when she goes to the gym. She's gone because we work different schedules.
Right.
I don't see my wife until 8:00 at night, and generally because we do the morning show, I'm getting ready to go to bed.
Yeah.
So
I get it.
So I've got to trust my wife. I think you've got to trust your spouse.
This is a little different though. Finding out that Andy is.
But if there was a new guy suddenly out of nowhere, and she's like,
all of a sudden she's talking about this new guy,
and then I'd be like, maybe, and people have a way of giving if there really is something going on, people have a way of giving themselves away. Because if he's starting to talk about Andy a lot, they're like,
I know,
infatuation.
I know.
What's going on here?
It's a little different.
Why are you mentioning that person all the time? So,
but it is weird that.
Yep,
he didn't tell you that Andy is a she.
All right, Stephanie, we'll do our best to solve it for you. 547-KORD app chat us. What would you do in this situation?
I'd start working out with my husband. I'd start working out with him.
Hey, I'm going to come work out with you and Andy. I'll see you. I'll see you at the gym at 3. I'll see you there.
Andy, go find another. Go find another person.
All right, take your calls on the way. You got Rick and Patty.
Starting your day the right way with the Cord Morning Show, #1 for New Country, 1027 KORD.
24, #1 for New Country, 1027 KORD. Not this Saturday, but next Saturday. Super excited, and it's going to be right there at T-Mobile Park. It's going to be Jelly Roll.
August 31st, Jelly Roll in concert. How would you like to go?
Let's hook you up right now. 547-KORD, 547-KORD, 547-5673. Pick the caller number.
Caller number 8.
Oh, going for a bigger number than 5.
Number 8.
All right. So 547-KORD, 547-5673. You want to see Jelly Roll next Saturday? We'd love to get you there. Call now, and good luck from 1027 KORD.
The Cord Morning Show with Rick and Patty. Back with more next on #1 for New Country, 1027 KORD.
Dirt, 738, #1 for New Country. It's 1027 KORD. You got Rick, you got Patty. A little breezy for you right now, 65 degrees, Tri-Cities. So many years ago, I am like the biggest fan of Kelly Clarkson. If you didn't know this, Patty, I'm sure we've talked about it.
When I hear Breakaway, I think of you.
Yeah.
And I just see you putting your arms right around Kelly Clarkson.
Exactly. So many years, very lucky, many years ago, my wife and I got to meet her at Northern Quest, and I went to shake her hand, and she goes, no, bring it in. I'm a hugger. And so there I am hugging Kelly Clarkson, and made my day. And I've joked to my wife because I talked to Kelly a little bit.
Well,
we should be sister wives. I mean, I was like, good
luck with that, Rick.
I was like, hey, in an alternate reality, it could happen. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. I'm sure I'll just have to work it out with my wife. But
you might have to make a move.
Yeah. So it was interesting. I came across this article yesterday about Drew Barrymore. who's talking about the fact that she's trying to practice physical distance because some people...
people say she's really touchy-feely.
Yeah, some people are just touchy-feely, absolutely. So Kelly Clarkson being one of those, hey, I'm a hugger, I'm trying to shake her hand, I'm like, bring it on in. So she says she's trying to practice physical distance. Now, have you ever known somebody that when they talk to you, like, gets like right up, like...
A little too close?
Oh, yeah. It's like...
So, yes. My morning show partner when I was working in California was very touchy-feely, especially after a couple of cocktails.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, you better keep your distance, man. He just got a little friendly.
Yeah, right.
But he was that way anyways,
Yeah.
A little too close.
So for me, one thing we do the morning show here, but we're separated. There's a big bay of computers and we're separated. I have and will be always one of those people. Unless I invite you into my personal space,
no,
I
mean, I hope if I ever got too close to somebody, I hope somebody would say, "Hey, back off, Banner."
But it's even crazy when I watch great rock bands perform and two people share the same mic. It's like I would not share the same mic with somebody if I was in a rock band and how Mick Jagger or Keith Richards, whoever they're on doing the vocal.
I know you, Mike Hogg.
Well, no, in terms of my personal space is what
I get you.
It's what it's about. It's like.
Sometimes there is only one mic though, and you do have to share.
Yeah, but I'll pass it to you. I won't be on it with you. I'll go, here you go. Only because of because I like my personal space.
I get it.
And I was at the store. It was so crazy. I normally most people, 99% of people are great that they stay back, right?
But sometimes there's a person on your heels.
But
I know, and you're like, what the?
Yeah, but
what is this?
But a few years back during the pandemic, some lady, I was at Yokes, and she literally was in my
your space,
and I was like, what the? I mean, and I was shocked. I'm like, I don't even know you. Why you? I mean, it was so creepy. No, it's creepy.
I know.
So we'll take some calls here. Do you know somebody that's a close talker? So when they talk to you, they have to get like right in your like. No, you don't have
sometimes. To. Well, if it's too, listen. If you can tell that somebody needs a mint,
it's too close.
That's a little too close.
It's too close.
Yeah.
If I can smell you, yeah, exactly. And so it's like we can talk. Yeah, you want to talk to me? You don't have to be close to me. But there are people that are just naturally close talkers. That's just who they are. Mm-hmm. So have you ever dealt with it? And have you tried to push them out of your personal space? Like, get back out of personal space.
How do you deal with it?
I back off.
But you can only back up so far before there's you literally are in a corner or there's a wall
Right. It just depends. Right. But I am definitely one of those people. You keep your distance.
I get
because
it.
I mean, if I'm not inviting you in, I don't want you in my vicinity. So we're gonna take some calls. See what you guys think about this. 547 KORD. Your calls are on the way. You got Rick and Patty.
We love to hear from you, and it's easier than ever to reach out. Just open up the Cord mobile app and send us an app chat message, or you can contact us the old-fashioned way at 509-547-KORD. Number one for New Country, 1027 KORD.
Lies. 7:53. Number one for New Country. It's 1027 KORD. You got Rick, you got Patty. Great to be with you. 65 degrees, a little windy, a little breezy for you. So do you know a close talker that gets in your face? You're at work. It could be a relative that gets, hey, out of my personal space.
Back off. Back away.
Back away. If I can smell your breath, guess what? You're too close.
You're a little close.
547 KORD. Been taking your calls. Do you know a close talker? Tell us the story. Tell us about the close talker. Who was it?
My aunt.
Okay.
She smells like garlic and onions, and she just gets right up in your face. And then you keep trying to back up, and then she gets closer and closer. And she's like a little shorter, so she's like right there, right there in your face. And then she yells at you. She's like,
what?
You're not listening to me.
What?
I'm like, yes, I am. She's like, no, you're not. You keep moving. And then I have to just stand there, and she keeps talking.
Yeah.
And she just smells like garlic and onions. It's horrible.
You're distracting me.
It.
Exactly. When you get in my face, you're distracting me. I can't concentrate. I'm listening to you, but you're distracting me. Yeah, you're just way too dang close, right?
Man.
547 KORD. Close talkers. Who is it?
I got this boy, man. He's like godfather to his children, best man at my wedding.
Okay.
I will say, thankfully, he doesn't have bad breath, but he's definitely a close talker, man.
Oh, really?
The type of dude that will get I don't know, 4 or 5 inches away from your face. I take a step back. He steps forward. Take a step back again.
Nope.
He steps forward, and then I just straight up have to stick my arm out and like get arm's distance and like post it up on his chest, like, dude. And then he gets that smirk, a little smile on his face. He's like, "Oh yeah, you don't like that?" I'm like, yeah, no kid, man. So I have to remind him every time. But on top of being a close talker, he's also a leaner when he drinks. So he leans on you and just starts chatting you away.
Oh, my gosh. So you were talking about a former coworker. You had a former coworker that would just rub your back in public. Like, what? Like, that,
it was
that's creepy.
Well, I'll be honest with you. Sometimes I'm like, oh, here he goes. And then I'm like, okay.
No.
I'd be like, a little lower.
No.
Scratch that itch.
Like, no, there you, exit stage left.
Yeah. It was,
this is a male coworker too.
Yeah,
like what?
Yeah.
It's
and that guy was a close talker too.
Yeah.
Oh my word.
That's the kind of stuff that gets you in trouble, man. I'm not telling people what to do, but that gets you in trouble. If you sit there, I don't know. I would be like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Close talkers, 547 KORD. More of your calls on the way. You got Rick and Patty.
You're waking up with the Cord Morning Show. #1 for New Country. 1027 KORD.
Country 1027 KORD. Patty and I enjoying the best week of summer right there. Benton Franklin Fair and Rodeo. Tonight, Goo Goo Dolls take the main stage. Last night, Josh Turner was on the main stage. And again, big shout out to Benton Franklin Fair and Rodeo. Thanks for bringing all the acts, the volunteers. Can't get it done without the rodeo board, all of that. Thank you guys for bringing great entertainment to town year after year after year. And ride the bus for free.
I was going to say, and thank you, BFT, for providing all the free transportation.
Absolutely. Hop the bus. I'll be hopping the bus tonight to head out to the fair. So I'll jump on at Lamson.
Are you going to get on at Lamson Stadium?
Get on at Lamson and be there in like 10 minutes. Get dropped off in the backside. Love it. And it's all free. This is a great deal. This is a great value. SeizeTheDeal.com. It is our 2024 Tri-Cities Fitness Card. What's going on with this, Patty?
So there are so many people involved with this. From CrossFit Unrestrained, you can get a 1-week unlimited pass. Trinity Hot Yoga, 3 single drop-in visits. Results-based coaching, fitness assessment, 3 group sessions, 1 results session. Star Cycle in Kennewick, 3 single-class drop-in rides. And Rock Shop climbing 3-day passes with shoe rental. All of this.
I love it. I love it. And normally costs you $3.99, but today and today only, what's it going to be?
$99.
That's it. SeizeTheDeal.
Can you believe that?
SeizeTheDeal.com's got it for you. And we hear a lot about, I want to try CrossFit. Oh, I want to try Star Cycle. I want to try yoga. This is an opportunity to try all these things.
It's a fantastic way to get a little of everything.
Right there. So find it right now. The website, SeizeTheDeal.com. And once they're gone, the deal is gone. So make sure you grab it now. $99 for you. All this great value for under $400. Wow, take it now. SeizeTheDeal.com.
Starting your day the right way with the Cord Morning Show. #1 for New Country. 1027 KORD.
It's a little breezy. Not a lot, but light breeze right now for you. 65 degrees, cloudy skies. Definitely going to be cooler today. Going to be in the high 70s today as you head out to the Benton Franklin Fair and Rodeo. All right, we're going to tie this one off. Other people's problems. Stephanie's got a problem in Pasco. Husband going to the gym. What's going on here?
Well, she goes, the workout partner is named Andy, but Andy is not a dude. Andy is a she.
Oh.
Yeah, he forgot, her husband forgot his wallet at home. So she drove it over to the gym because she was going out with her girlfriends. And she says she was shocked because Andy was not a she, or was not a he. Turns out it's a she. So there was a big mess when he got home. He says, some people have work wives. Well, he's got a gym wife. And he claims that they're strictly platonic and there ain't nothing going on. She goes, I'm sick to my stomach. I think he's emotionally cheating on me. He says, I'm making myself feel this way and that if I was more secure with myself, I wouldn't feel insecure about him working out with a lady. I told him, you're cheating. He disagrees. Where do you stand on the issue? Is this wrong, what he's doing?
A lot of comments on Facebook already. What are people chiming in and saying here?
Listen to Delavan. He'd leave him. He's cheating and obviously a narcissist. Michelle says he intentionally withheld she was female for a reason.
Heather says it's never okay to make your spouse feel inferior to another person. Clearly, he isn't paying attention to your feelings about the situation, and telling you that you are making yourself feel this way is gaslighting you. You need to have a serious conversation and see if there's really a reason for him to be calling her his, quote, wife. And that's from Heather.
Did you see Yvette says, sounds like you need to take up going to the gym with him.
That's what you said you were going to do.
That's what I would do.
Yeah, Amy says, the fact he didn't come clean up front is a red flag for me. He could have easily gotten a male trainer. You should go work out with him, and that's from Amy.
If the tables were turned, wonder how he'd feel. Not sure he'd appreciate that. I'd be upset too. Relationships go through ups and downs. You don't need some bystander waiting around for the downs. Yeah, not cool of him. That's from Tiff.
Bobby Joe says, I'd take up going to the gym. Nadine says, he's the one who didn't tell you. Now he's gaslighting you. Run. That is from Nadine.
Do you see Brett? You have a girlfriend. Why can't he? Really? Did you do Angela?
No.
He was evading the full truth by saying Andy was a workout partner. He's in the wrong here. He owes you more than an apology, and the relationship between Andy and your husband needs to come to a close.
I like what Kathy says. If it was nothing, he would have mentioned that Andy was a woman. Just saying. And Mindy Walker says, oh, heck no. Heck no. Heck no. A lot of comments along that line.
But what do you do about it?
Well, you know what? I think you start going to the gym.
I think so too.
I think you start going to the gym.
I agree. Because he didn't tell you that Andy.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't really tell you that Andy was a she Andy. I mean,
if this
a little different.
If this happened to me and I started going to the gym, my wife would be like, "What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Why are you coming to the gym with me?" Sorry, I'm going to make sure. I'm not going to be sure you're hanging out with, Dominic or whatever his name is, good looking guy, whatever his name is. Yeah. It's like, I'm like, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
So here's a question, and we will not linger on it. But if she asked, hey, I don't want you to see that trainer anymore, would you respect that? I would absolutely 100% respect that. If my wife said something to me like, hey, you're hanging out with so-and-so too much, would you not do that? Guess what I do? I'm married. Absolutely.
You're hanging out with Susan too much.
Yeah, not going to do it. Yep, exactly. Like, okay, because I respect my wife, If it bothers you that much, I'm just not going to do it. Number one, I've learned never to put yourself in those situations anyway. Have you learned this through life, Patty? Because I'm sure in your time of being married, there's been those moments where you're like, this is not a situation I need to be in.
I had a trainer way back in the day. His name was Alex.
Okay.
And Alex, I got results with Alex.
Right.
If Jeff said, you need to stop seeing Alex, I'd be like, I don't think so.
Wow. Okay. See,
you know what? No, I'll see who I want to see.
Wow.
How about that?
Woo! Mic drop on from Patty. There you go. Well, we did our best to solve it for you. It looks like 99%. Number one, you need to have the conversation or start going to the gym with the guy and get into the root of it.
Yeah, I would.
Because people are saying this is a big red flag.
It is.
That he left out.
Yes, it is.
Because I would have gone home the same day with my wife and said, oh, hey, by the way, Andy's a woman. Who would have known? Andy's a woman, And then that would have been like, okay, there's nothing, So, all right, 547 KORD, app chat us. What would you do in the situation? We want to know. It's Rick and Patty right there on the Facebook page.
Starting your day the right way with the Cord Morning Show, #1 for New Country, 102.7 KORD.